Seven, six, five, four, three, two, one, zero.
Hey guys, welcome to the stream. Yes, a bit late, but I did warn yesterday that we might be a bit late today because of the kids and other stuff that's happening at the moment. And glad to, hopefully you're here, and we're going to be doing tactics today. Now, I'm going to give you guys a link. Some of you will be able to use the link, I think. Where's my link gone? Yes, the link is gone. Is the link in chat? Yep, I'm well, man. Hope you well. Hope you guys are well. Yes, there goes the link. Yes, been a while. I know. Jay, how are you? Welcome to the stream. Welcome back. Yeah, couldn't stream. I'm hoping to get back to longer streams in the next couple of weeks. Hopefully that's a thing. But frankly speaking, Football Manager 26, I'm not going to talk about the news that came out yesterday. If you've been hanging about somewhere else, you're probably wondering, what am I talking about? Well, as I gave an announcement, I mean, they announced what the game might look like, and they spoke about some features that is safe game compatible, and it's not what I thought it might have. What was my biggest fear was it was going to be a mode of play, right? So it's not going to be a mode of play. That's good news. It's going to be incorporated into your save. In fact, you can even use an older save like FM23, FM24 and still get to experience it. Although the video it seemed a bit rushed. It looked like it was done on 30 FPS and 720p. The resolutions were not very good. I mean, if you're watching it in HD, doesn't look very good at all. It's like they probably rushed to get the video out. And my philosophy has been not to judge anything until I get my hands on something, right? So, yeah, okay. It's an international management module. The most important thing is, will I be able to rest my players? There are some interesting things like you being able to scout high and wide and add players and convince players to play for you or seek early retirement. Okay. And of course they made it seem like, oh, now you can have an in and out of possession tactic. I'm like, dude, that tactical module will definitely get to crossover, so it's nothing new. We'll see, right? I'm not jumping up and down yet, right? Because if it's, yeah, after 26, right? You can't be excited about it. Come on, how many of you are genuinely excited about it, man? Hey, Sean Scully, how are you? Welcome to the stream. I am not excited about the IM module, International Management Module. I am not one bit excited. Right, I have been so desensitized by FM26 that I can't get excited. So I've told myself, don't get excited. Expect the worst, and anything that isn't the worst is an improvement, I guess. Anyway, yeah, you're kind of excited. That's good. If you're excited, yay, hooray. Yeah. But of course, I'm not even excited about the World Cup. Yeah, because this year, the World Cup, right, it's a money grab, and yeah, well, the World, yeah, it's back. I'm definitely gonna be playing the module when it comes out. Probably start a save, and what I'm gonna do is different. Okay, I'm not gonna have a career save, because one of the worst things about playing Football Manager, all right, is opting to be only an international manager. That means you don't have a career save. It is singularly the worst thing in the world. It is terrible. It's like you wait and 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 you wait, and when the thing comes, right, oh man, yeah, I'm waiting to see. And look, let's talk about training and match preparation and all the other stuff when we get to it. Okay, because it's always been my feeling that every single edition of Football Manager, international management was always too lightweight. didn't seem to rise to the occasion that is the pinnacle of a footballer's career. Yeah, Donald Trump has ruined the World Cup, but heck, man, I don't think it was only Donald Trump. I think Gianni Infantino and Donald Epstein. Oh, Donald Epstein. Oh, God. Now it's Donald Epstein. They're one unit now. Okay, all right. So we've got some tactics in, but this is a very interesting tactic, right? Look at this 4-1. Look at this center here. This comes from I think Zany. Yeah, Zany is. Look at this, man. This of course you look at the tactic, it looks like this and then it looks like this. Okay, so it's basically a 4-1-2-2-1 in possession, and then when they defend, they go wide and they protect the flanks. So you basically want somebody. Ideally, you want someone who can. He's only tracking, so that's not so bad. Yeah, as long as they have work rate. Then you got one tracking here, one outlet. So these two are the outlets. In possession, he's got free roll, shadow striker, a playmaker, a central midfielder, a DM, ball playing centre back. Very basic. Yeah, I like this. Not too overcomplicated. I mean, there's nothing wrong with having tactics like this. I mean, do you have to choose all the fantastic roles? No. Every role is fantastic if you have the right players for it. Yeah. So we're gonna go on holiday to the next match. Then we'll take a look at the team instructions. The links are in chat. I'll just put it out one more time because for the guys on Twitch, I think you guys won't get the links until much later. The links are back in again. So if you want to upload your tactics, you will. I'm only taking I'm only taking them in the next 10 minutes. Surprisingly, it's not fair to all those guys who don't know when I'm streaming, but there will be a schedule coming in the next couple of weeks. Because, okay, guys, I'm basically, as far as possible, like a single parent right now, because my wife is looking after my mother-in-law, and my mother-in-law is not well. And literally, this has been my life for the last 2 years. And it's kind of put the entire streaming stuff on the back burner. And it's been quite a tough few years for me. So, and I'm not complaining. I enjoy being with the boys and fantastic. Like only the other day we took our paper aeroplanes to the field to test for aerodynamics. Was the highlight of the month for me, to see my sons take their creations and see them fly. It just made me so proud of them. Yeah, so that's what I get to do. Unfortunately, it also means that by the time it's like time for me to stream, I'm knackered. I'm like, I think there was one day I was almost like falling asleep on stream because I was so tired. But now they've gone to bed. I've got maybe an hour or two. We'll be doing this, and then we will get back to something more when I get a bit more help at home. All right. Tactics time. Let's break down this tactic. I'm not trying to make excuses. It's just the way it is, right? Life will throw you curveballs. It's how you manage those curveballs. And I'm not complaining. I'm just going, okay, I'll manage it. So we got in and position. Okay, let's look at team instructions first up, right? So we go to all instructions because everything is here, like one page. Passing shorter, tempo is nice. I wish they had. I kind of miss the old screen because you can actually see your transition patterns, no? Like you get the better visualization of a tactic. One of my biggest criticisms of Football Manager right now is this page. We lost the visualization of a tactic and replaced it with cognitive dissonance. Okay? Because now you've got all these boxes on the screen, right? And your mind is trying to grapple with how they fit. They could have done something which would have been a bit more intuitive, like things that are general. They should have put them together, like passing, tempo, width, right? 1, 2, 3, and these three should have gone together as the main ones. Because if you look at your mentality, right? Mentality will not affect goal kicks. I mean, to some extent, it won't. But you affect passing directness, creative freedom, tempo, attacking width. These things get affected by mentality a lot. No? 1, 2, 3, 4. They should put them in a group. They should have made that the first row. right? Not some, hey, what? Hey, I just did this. Okay, I'm sending it to you. Then the next thing they should have done is things like your transitional. How do you move in transition? 1, 2, 3 should have been together. That is easier for a person to visualize. Okay, in the attacking transition, we're counter attacking. My players will do supporting runs down the flanks, and then we will focus play, right? Maybe we'll focus play down the left and the right. That would have been nice. I mean, it would have been so good to do it that way. And then the other thing they could have done was then put in the final third instructions, right? Like patience, pass, because some of these instructions only kick in the final third, right? Like this kicks in the final third, 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 this kicks in the final third. Why the heck are they all over the place? So when I'm looking at this and I'm going, you're making it so difficult for the new player to come in and visualize a tactic. Yeah, great, you put a visualizer here, but it's bizarre, no? It is so bizarre. The design decisions that they came up with make no sense to me. They could have just put a first row like this. Of course, then they would have gone, yeah, but it won't be even numbers. I mean, like, okay, fine. I mean, why must it be an even number? Why must it be like a box like perfectly aligned 6 by 3? Right? You could have put 1, 2, 3, right? 1, 2, 3. Time wasting could have gone in there. Right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 could have gone into 1. I still don't get where SI gets their ideas from, no. I no idea. I'm trying to figure this out, no? Because for me to explain to you guys, the mentality affects 5 things. Do you know the new player that comes along, right? He won't know this. The players like you, me, say it out loudly, Spurs fan, all of you guys who've been playing for 20 over years, all of you know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 are affected by mentality. And to the point where if you make a change, your mentality change is going to kick these 5 things into overdrive. But does the new guy know that? He doesn't know that. So the game has become more obfuscated, or more confusing. Let's not use a word that I can barely pronounce. Do you think slow tempo will attacking mentality? Slow tempo. Okay. The thing about mentality is this, right? Mentality is risk. Tempo is about how you're going to move up the ball and your team up the pitch. So if you are playing on a slow tempo, you're doing a lot of building up and people are moving the ball around and you're moving up more like a unit. But when you play a high tempo, it doesn't mean you're playing like, you're playing rock and roll football. It doesn't always mean that. It just means that you're moving the ball really fast, but if you play on a really high mentality, what's going to happen is there is a possibility that the ball is going, if your roles are let's say if you've got like a winger and you got wide forward and you got a center forward and attack, right? So these are generally attacking roles, or inside forward, forward, right? These are all attacking roles, right? So if you were to play like a ball playing defender, and that passing could be 1-2 out to the flanks. 1-2 out to the flanks. Because why? The tempo is very fast. So the tempo works this way. When you play this game, I want you to think about it this way. When you play with tempo, always start on standard. If your team is transitioning nicely, don't change anything. If you want your team to move the ball up really quickly because you've got a target man in front, you've got a winger, you want to get there before they can defend, that's when you raise your tempo. But you can only do that if you have roles in the final third that allow you to do that, right? So there's somebody to aim for. If you're playing like a DLF on support or an F9 and you got maybe a wide playmaker, then don't do that. That's like suicide. Because you play high tempo, what the hell for? Because those guys are dropping back. Nobody's attacking the spaces, right? So I like to play high tempo when I'm using instructions like run at defense, like this one dribbling and this. So this is the old run at defense instruction. Okay, basically what it tells us is when you get to the final third, right? I want you to take on the defender. If you're a winger, because then it will tell all the roles like wingers, inside forwards, take that player on. This is the important part. This instruction and this instruction work so well together if you have attacking roles in the final third, right? So If you play this instruction, then if you have pass, reception, pass into space, these two, you're running at players, right? Because when you run at players, defenders engage you. The moment they engage you, space opens up. Now, do you have a player to attack that space? If you do, golden. So roles like, this is one of the reasons why this year, channel forwards are extremely strong. Very strong roles in the final third. You have it different if you click zones. It's worse, I say it out loudly. I know what you mean. When you click the zones, all the instructions like, oh, this is the final third instructions. Dribbling, patience, shots from distance. You can hear supporting runs, dribbling, progress through. This works here. But you notice what are the instructions that are not here? Have you noticed the instructions that are not here? What are the ones that are not here? Here. So if you look at this is originally, right, they only had this. They only had this. And I was screaming for this. I was screaming for this, no? Because when we first had this, right, only we had this view. And as I finally put this in, this makes a lot of sense because now this overview is where your mentality is going to affect. So mentality affects this, and this. Right? So if you move your mentality up, these beautiful things get affected. See? Easier, right? Not a game. All right, so let's go. So line engagement of defense. This is much nicer, right? High press, mid block, low block. Nice. People can understand when they see this. The original, I hate this view, no? I tell you something, right? I despise this with a vengeance. I actually like this more. This is the best. In fact, right, SI could just, for the PC user, they could just throw this away, right? All the PC users won't mind, no? They don't mind. If they want to go anywhere, they'll come here. To hell with this, man. Because this only makes sense, right? If I can scroll with my button. Scroll wheel. If a scroll wheel friendly, I'll be very happy. But this is not, nothing is scroll wheel friendly here. Anyway, enough of UI discussions. Let's stop there, yeah? We can kick this game and, yeah. I always like, quite interesting, right? Do you know that this button, I've never clicked it. Since the day we played it, I got this game, I haven't played this. All right, let's look at your instructions again, okay? So, I hope I haven't changed. I'm going to have to load the tactic. I know I've been clicking. I might have messed the tactic up. All right, so line of engagement is playing a high block. Okay, that's clear. I mean, I don't know, watch it from here. Let's look it from here. Let's do this. Okay, in possession, shorter tempo with his narrower counter attack. That's good. Creative freedom is balanced. That's nice. Keep it balanced. Yeah, you can always, your mentality goes up. This goes up automatically. I mean, under the hood, it goes up by a slight bit. What does this affect? Latitude to move around the pitch and do whatever the hell they want to do. That's basically it. Yeah, because creative freedom, yeah, do what you want to do. You got a bit more roam. You want to roam. You want to break a leg? Yeah, maybe. If you think it's a good thing to do under the situation, yeah, maybe. Creative freedom is one of those weird instructions that marries itself to mentality. Time wasting, yeah, this can leave you on standard or less. But if you want to play a high tempo game, don't play on standard, play on less often. Because if you got tempo and standard, this is fine. Dribbling and courage, patience. Well, the thing is, you got dribbling and courage, right? But you don't have pass into space, right? You don't have pass into space. Yeah, I think so. Where is pass into space? Where's pass? Pass reception balance. So in his tactic, right, he doesn't want everybody to try those kind of passes. So what will happen in this kind of a scenario when you're playing on balance, right? The team takes furious. The players that play pass into space be 1 and 2. These two guys. Principally, and maybe to some extent him if he gets up the pitch. All right, let's go. Quick pick. Yeah, we'll see who can play. Rafinha can play. Fermin the Vermin cannot play. Why okay, this is another pet hate of mine. Why when I quick pick, the assistant manager puts an injured player? That forces me to do that. The idea behind you being employed by me and me giving you money is so that you can pick the players for me so that I don't have to do anything. I don't want to work. Right? Not? Gavi, oh my goodness. Where's Gavi? How come we never use Gavi? Gavi lah. Gavi. Play Gavi. Why play Marcus Rashford? Wow, this guy, he's in this club, right? Rooney Bad. This guy is damn good, no? He'll develop into some kind of super player. All right, we'll stick with this. We won't take another substitute. All right, let's go. Let's see how your tactic plays out. Huh? Indian Nero, how are you, man? That's why I play FM23, my 27th season Polish League with a goal to become strikers at Ajax of the East Europe with the perfect academy in my club. Go for it. Yeah. Look, nobody's gonna. Hey, if you're having fun with FM23, that's your B. That's your. No, who is anyone to tell you how to have fun, right? Yeah. Like me, I can have fun playing FM26 if I ignore all the bad stuff. I don't get affected by the bad stuff. Yeah. All right, let's watch it in 2D for a while, see how this tactic plays out, right? So you got this 4-4. You can see it's 4-4-2-4. He's got one player at the back here. If you look at his tactic, right? It's a DM here. He's got MP. So MP is going to come and support play. Notice he doesn't use focus play. That progress through is balanced, right? This instruction is for you to focus. That means if you want to get the central midfielders to move to one side of the flanks, right? You use this instruction. You should flick SNS. Hey, Duracell80, thanks for the sub, man. Welcome to Tier 1. You have a late submission, Duracell. I said, hey, submit on the channel, man. Hey, guys, welcome to the channel, man. Thank you for... Whoa. Thank you for the 2 quick subs, man. Duracell, thank you for joining the family, man. Yeah, and don't forget, make sure your Discord and your Twitch details are on your Discord. No? Yeah, that way you can go to Discord and then you look at all the channels that you subscribe to. You automatically become a member of Discord. You know, right? Nobody likes narrow systems. Mine also doesn't. I also don't like narrow systems, right? Yeah, it's fun to play with. They've got their moments in the sun. Okay, so you notice one thing he doesn't have, right? I was talking, he doesn't have focus play. I don't think he really needs focus play because he got 2. Otherwise, what will happen is this guy is going to shift to the left a lot. Whenever there's a focus play, right? These 2 guys, right? They move closer to the side of the focus, right? And leave gaps. They leave gaps open. That's okay. Let's watch how it goes. Kubarasi, shit. We should ask Aspen to pick players. He picked one of the shorter defenders. Kunde, Pedri, nice. Okay. A lot of one-touch football, man. Nice. Gets in. And, forcing. That's nice. That is nice. On balance mentality, no stress, no playmaker, free roll. You got to pay attention to where these guys are going. So now what we do is we come inside here, start looking at many funky PIs he's using. Look at that. So freedom of movement, roam from position, right? This is something you can apply to players, right? Take more risks is hard-coded, right? And then out of possession, he's got more of, this is my favorite now. I like to do this. You do this when you have, this is the reason why aggression is a meta attribute. Okay, there's no such thing as a meta tactic. No such thing. Huh? Okay. Anybody tells you meta tactic, meta instruction, all forget it. Any tactic can be meta. The reason why they are meta is because of aggression, stamina, work rate, jumping reach. Because at the end of the day, if your tactic is not working, you download somebody's tactic, right? And you go like, the tactic doesn't work. Then you want to incorrectly. Did you get the right players for the tactic? Wait. You mean to say you needed right players for the tactic? Then it's not a tactic, right? It's the players. See? It's such a simple way to understand this, no? I find it very funny. You think about it, you always got to get this thing. You go and check anywhere, right? Anybody who says your tactic doesn't work, you need to get this kind of player. You need to put this kind of player there. And then it's not a player, and it's not the tactic anymore. Because there were only 2 super tactics ever created that were independent of players. And that happened in the year 1998. Okay? Was it 2001? 2001, right? Right. 0304, right? 0304. That means it was in 2000, somewhere. I can't remember. It's so long ago. Okay. And those are, you can put any Tom, Dick, and Harry in the tactic, right? The tactic just eats them and the opposition just on the spot. Yeah. So that doesn't exist anymore. Yeah, it's meant to be for Barcelona. Nice. Because this is like one of those tactics where you have a free role midfield playmaker, you have aggression in the team, then good. Yeah. And I like the fact that when you're defending, right? Okay, did you... Wait a minute. Sorry, I have to keep doing this because I need to check something. Yeah, good. Okay, your defensive transition doesn't have counter press. Good. Because the players actually went back to their defensive positions first. Their tracking wingers, they all dropped back. Oh my goodness, Palinia from Spurs has given Tottenham the lead. What a cannon. Okay, look at this, right? Look at the gap here. There's a big ass gap here. Look at this gap. See what has happened? 1, 2, 3, 4, all following one Poro. Poro has done the impossible. 1, 2, 3, all following him. Joe Garcia gives those up all the time. His aerial jumper is not elite. Yeah, the goalkeeper. But the problem is this, right? Okay, I know that he will give up these kind of goals. But the thing is, right, you also have to ask yourself, why are my players so far out of position, right? This is only downside now. Okay, your out of possession is like this. So this guy is tracking, this guy is tracking, this guy is tracking. This 1, 2, 3 are all tracking. So only this guy is pressing. So generally in this area, right, these guys are coming back to help you defend. Can work. Can work. But you can't put them here. My thought is, why do you want to do it like that? Okay, I'm going to try something later, okay? I'll try something later, okay? No, Duracell, you go to your Discord, right? You have to go to Discord, right? Go to Discord, go to your user settings, go to, I'm actually doing that, go to connections, right? Go to connections and make sure your Twitch is connected to your Discord. Then you automatically see all the Discords you're invited to. Because you will automatically get a link. Yeah. You don't have to do anything after that. You just go tuk tuk, you're inside the Discord. That's how it works. All you gotta do. Very simple. Okay, Ferran Torres, Rafinha, nice move, Gavi. Gavi misses again. Yeah, it's straightforward. Yeah, it's seamless. Then once you, then after that, you hang about and say hi. Joshua Carter shouldn't the DM be in that space? Yeah, the DM should be in the space. But because the DM, this gap is open, right? Okay, so what happens when they're tracking? He's tracking, but there's nobody. So if the player gets between, okay, if the opposition player gets ahead of them, that means they're here, he will step up. He will definitely step up. Which is the reason why when I play, I'm very careful with this. He's already done this. Let's go to this, right? Out of possession, he's done this. Okay, this guy is doing the right thing. This guy out of possession, yeah, that's the problem. Yeah. His central midfielders are doing too much. Yeah. They're getting out of position. They are being pulled out of position. The two guys here are being pulled. You want them to come back, right? You don't want them to step up too early. That's a problem right now with his tactic. Because they are expected to come back. You know? The two MPMs. Yeah, these MPMs are the issue right now. You can definitely link the prime sub. Matty has been a prime sub for many years. Yeah. Definitely you can link the prime sub. 100% you can link the prime sub. What a ball to Rafinha! Gets the equalizer. Very nice. I created a plain tactic with no... What is that? I created a plain tactic with no instructions. Only works with editor players having 20 on all attributes. Meta tactic. Hey, remember last season I was playing Destiny, right? I was using a normal team versus superhuman teams. All plus 20. To prove that tactics, meta players, right? Even if you put meta players, but you focus on getting players with stamina, jumping reach, acceleration, work rate, and the right personality, you can take on a team with all 20 in attributes. I'm not happy. Nice. Okay, now it's my turn. Okay, let's go. All right, so I'm going to tweak your tactics slightly because first we need to understand this, right? So, okay. So in possession, these two guys are here. Out of possession, these two guys go here, right? Okay, but they're tracking white midfielders, right? So let's look at their play instructions. So they're tracking, but they're doing this. So we're gonna go standard, and we're not gonna turn the mark tighter. This guy as well. We are gonna come in here, and I'm gonna change this to standard. I just want them to hold their space. and not Mark Taiter. So we're going to remove those two instructions because they're tracking wide midfielders. I don't need them to get out of position because the more they do I'm running out to press, chasing after a player, just we might just get. I don't mind these guys do that, right? So we come in here. These two guys can do this. This outlet shouldn't, no. Outlet shouldn't. It can trigger press, mark tighter. Okay, never mind, we leave it. I probably wouldn't do that with an outlet. And then restart your Discord. Log in and log out your Discord. That's another thing that you have to do. Okay, so let's go. John Garcia on the ball. Now we pay attention to Mr. Rafinha and these two. These are the two players, right? Rafinha and Gavi. Rafinha was Gavi. And Gavi. Okay, so these two. Gavi is already a yellow card. So these two guys are going to be on the flanks. Gavi does well. Finds De Jong. De Jong, Gavi. Gavi, Kunde. Nice work. I like the attacking side of the attack thing. For a narrow system, right? Narrow systems got a lot of strengths in attack. Defending is a situation. You need to reload Discord. Yeah. Normally, that's what you have to do. Sign in and sign out Discord. I basically have told people to do that, and it's usually worked. Okay, nice. Okay, still putting pressure on them. Good stop from whatever his name is. Okay. All right, looking at your. Do you think we need Marcus Rashford to make an appearance soon? Palini has been, oh my goodness, the goal scorer himself has been sent off. Oh no, this is not good news for Tottenham Hotspur, man. Spurs fan. Your team, huh? One fella already got sent off. Baldi. Okay, get into. Oh, nice. Penalty. 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 Barcelona has a penalty. Whatever you do when you play my title, don't hear Marcus. He's horrible and avoid Terminator is load. Please do not do that to me. Huh? Marcus Rashford. Okay. You know what's going to happen next, right, Matty? Huh? You know what's about to happen, right? It's like, you told me not to use Marcus Rashford. Guess who's coming on? Marcus Rashford. Right. Rafinha misses. I tell you, you just did it. You just asked me to play Marcus Rashford. Okay, Marcus Rashford is coming. You shouldn't have said anything, bro. Any suggestions on how to set up a 3-1-4-2? 3-1-4-2. Well, flat 4, is it? Flat 4 midfield. Probably don't because it's too defensive. Yeah. It's probably, you can actually set it up. You can actually, there's no reason why you need to create a 3-man backline, right? I mean, you can if you want. I've got a 3-4-1. I've got a 3-4-3, basically. Okay, if you're going to play with wingbacks, then make them advanced wingbacks. You cannot play them as wingbacks, right? So my advice is 3 at the back and 2 advanced wingbacks. And then 2 in the center, both of them box-to-box midfielders, right? Okay. Yeah, then when they're defending the DMs. Up top in APS, attacking playmaker on support who's given the latitude to roam. Right, so he has to roam. And then you want focus play left and right. You want underlap left and right. Why? Because the advanced wingbacks are going to hold up the ball for the 2 box-to-box midfielders to come and create more havoc in the final third. And then up top, you want one channel forward, at least one channel forward, and the other one can be a center forward. Why channel forward? The channel forward is going to move to the side of there will be one side that's going to be a bit more attacking than the other, so that's where your advanced wingback, whoever is got better acceleration or whoever is better at creating chances, you want the channel forward on that side, so that when the advanced wingback comes up, the channel forward can go out and support him, and then you can open an entire defense up. Defensively, you can play it in a lot of ways. Attacking is quite easy. But you can also set it up to defend the same way. So just play 3 at the back, and then the 2 guys at the 2 wingbacks become pressing wingbacks. Don't play them any other way. Pressing wingbacks. Now, the 2 guys in front, right? What you do is, when you're defending, you tell them to be wingers, tracking wingers. So they go from 3, 1, then you got 4, right? 3, then you got the 2 wingbacks, right? That's your 4, right? You wanted a 3-1-4-2, sorry. 3-1-4-2. I made it into something else. I got to use my brains a bit now. Sorry, brain went on holiday. So I show you what I mean. Okay, so just randomly just pick any number here. Not like it's going to make much of a difference. Okay, all right. 3-1. So we got, just take this guy, put him here. Take this guy, put him here. Take this guy. Okay, there's so many ways to make a 3-1-4-2. Okay. All right, so first up, the traditional way. We go traditional, then we go into rock and roll. Okay, it's 3-1-4-2. Okay, start with this. Very good system. Okay, this is a traditionally phenomenal system. Why? Because this guy becomes in possession. I had to be an idiot. I had to be an idiot. Now I got to do it all over again. Now the whole team is going to be confused. All the players in different positions. I went and then you have to. All my players are going to cry. 3-1, 3-1-4. Okay, 4 here, and then 2 in front, right? So this is what you 3-1, 3-1-4-2. You know why this is 4? Because these guys are playing like that. They're advanced wingbacks. Now, when they get the ball, right, they're going to be here. No? When you're attacking, your tactic is going to look like this. This is what your tactic is going to look like in transition. Does it look like 3-1-4-2 to you? No. It looks more attacking, right? So this guy is going to hold. Both these guys are wide center backs. Because in transition, they'll end up here. But they are playing as advanced wingbacks. You cannot play them as wingbacks. You have to play them as advanced wingbacks, so they end up here. And then these 2 roles can do it. You can do it. You want a very wing play basis tactic, then these guys become channel midfielders. So what they do is they support the wing backs as they go launching up the pitch. But that's a bit boring. Then because your tactic becomes cross heavy. So what you can do is you can turn this guy into like a central midfielder. This guy can be so this guy punch to the middle, right? They punch to the middle. And then you can also come in here and give them the instruction to make forward runs. Now this, get here. Okay, make more forward runs. All right, guys, go forward. They'll make more forward runs. These guys are coming up as advanced wingbacks. Advanced wingbacks, they get 2 straight, 1 channel forward, 1 center forward, wherever, this works. This works. This is one way, right? Okay, there are other ways of doing this. You can go 4. This is my preferred way. I'm a bit psychotic. I was born insane. So, most of my friends think I'm mad. So, okay. All right. We got 3-1-4. We're going to create a 3-1-4-2 in a really bizarre way. Okay. So what's going to happen is we're going to have 3 buys, right? So we're going to we're going to play this guy as a libero, this is currently my favorite now. Okay. All right. This guy goes up, right? So now this guy goes forward. So 3-1, and then you put this guy here. 3-1-4. Okay, we got flat 4, and then so now we got 4-4-2, right? Okay. This guy comes up, you got 3 at the back. You got 1 comes here. You got 4 here, you got 2 there. Because this guy is gonna come here. These 3 will come in here. Because these guys are inside fullbacks. You still got 3-1-4-2 in transition because the player comes here, you got 4. And then when they defend, right? Oopsie daisy. Regular 4-4-2. So you can get these guys to play as a 3-1-4-2 as well. You can also make a 3-1-4-2 from a 4-2-3-1. Same principle. So now you got 4, then you got 2, right? Okay, then you got 3 here. Where is this? Okay, then you got this one is a bit more psychotic. Because you got a lot of movement in this final one. This one has got a lot of movement. Okay, now you're gonna make a 3-1-4-2 from here. Okay, so what do you do? This guy goes advanced center. He's gonna go up. This guy has to go up, box to box, because you don't want him blocking him. So he's gonna go up here. So in transition, he'll end up here, forcing this guy to come out. This guy is gonna come here. What do you want him to do? Box to box. He's gonna end up here. Or you can get him to be a defensive midfielder and tell him, you know what, I want you to take more risks. So sometimes what they do is they actually get further away from the defenders. Now this guy moves in here. So you got 3, 1, and this guy is a yo-yo, no? He's a yo-yo. He makes these movements. That's why I like using this a lot. In a lot of my tactics, I play this. So this guy becomes AP. One of my best tactics is actually like this. This guy becomes a second striker, or usually I play him as a second striker, then winger. This guy will come here. This guy will come here. So this is my 3. This guy is anchoring. He'll be a ACB. We don't want him to run too far. And then we can. But what will happen is the 3-1, right? The 1 is going to pivot. One guy, sometimes he goes up, he will stay back. Sometimes he goes up, he will stay back. So you get a mobile 3-1-4-2. This is a very more complicated system, but this is very, very different. This one requires you to choose the right roles and be observant, because you will need, and then you can tweak these kind of systems, because what you end up having is sometimes you want them to attack from wider positions. So you might play a winger on opposite the flank of his preferred foot. So you might play a right footer on the left side. If you play a right footer on the left side, it's beautiful to watch. He pulls defenders so far away, space opens up, plus you got a chance forward. He's also pulling players, and then these 2 guys are happily scoring goals. This tactic scores a lot of goals with these 2 guys. This guy is a decoy. He's a decoy all the way. And so when they pull defenders here, sometimes this guy will score, this guy will score, this guy will score. So this is a very potent tactic. You have to go and check your your Twitch. Yeah, you got to go and, I got no control over Twitch. Yeah, I got zero control over Twitch, because you need to log in and log out of your Discord, and you got to make sure your connections are set up in Discord. Yeah, and sometimes you have to log in and log out. Yeah, but it should be there. It works for everyone. All right, so this is many ways. There are many ways to skin a cat when it comes to the 3-1-4-2. Many ways. No. All right, Matty. Oh my God, my favorite 4-3-3. I love a good 4-3-3. Because these tactics are potentially one of the better tactics, because there's they got 7 players defending, right? So you have to have a certain, like, I'm not saying that you have to be very good at playing this game, but you have so many options with this. You can turn this guy into a ACB. You can turn this guy attack. You can play with one. You see me do it many times, right? Where I only defend one fella, and I got like entire defenses are flooded with 6 attacking players. So yeah, this tactic is actually potentially very, very strong, because you can defend quite well. Why did you do this? Okay, we'll give it a go. Yeah. I don't like it when they do this, because what happens is that you're already in such good positions to deny the opposition any chance to work the ball out, because you're going to win the ball on the flanks and in the middle, right? But when you do this, what you're doing is you are allowing the opposition to play the pass. So the way this will work, right, and it will work well, is if, let's check it out. Does he have a mid block? Yes, he does. Oh, I like it. I really am a mind reader. No, yeah. Do you still have a download save game for tactic testing? No, I don't use that anymore. Yeah, I didn't create one this year, because I stopped that a few years ago. Yeah, because it's like you don't really need to test tactics anymore, because the way the match engine now works, right? It's actually redundant doing a testing league or holiday through seasons. Yeah, that won't really work anymore. I suddenly smelled something. Yeah, I didn't like the smell. I did not like the smell. Yeah, so I wouldn't redundant, because of the way the match engine now is set up with IP and OOP tactics. Yeah, I wouldn't. There's no I know people will go tactic testing. But if you come to this stream, you'll see me using a different tactic every single game, and we still outperform the league. So at the end of the day, it's how you play the game. Yeah. All right, so now we come in here. I think most of you are so good at the game, lah. I don't like 4-3-3 because too many players defending. For most people, I like to play a 4-3-3 when I have good players, right? Then I'll play a 4-3-3. But to get to that state, right, it means I have to spend more money. I got to get 3 good defensive midfielders, 2 good wingers, 2 fantastic fullbacks, 1 striker. There's a lot of money to be spent, no? I mean, you can't just go out there and get 3 great defensive midfielders, right? And plus, you have to have more coming through. So usually what I end up doing is, for me, the cheapest solution is the wing-based tactics, which just need a fast player, winger, tools. So most of the time, I'm playing underdog sides. Underdog sides, generally 4-3-3 is a bit expensive for them. That's why I save these for the good teams. When I become good, look at, I bet they become good. Pedri, let's see if Pedri can play. Yeah, he can. Fermin can. Fermin, yeah, definitely. Aggression is there. Lamine Yamal, oh my God, this must be, oh my God, this is made for Lamine. Look at that, 16, 18, 19. White forward some more. Holy shit. Well, this is the wrong tactic. What? This is a wrong tactic? This is an old submission? Oh, Matty Zucks. You send the wrong tactic, is it? There we go. Is this the one? I got Tiki Press. And you got this one. Is this the one you wanted to use? These 2, is it? Matty Taka. Okay. So before okay, all right. We'll not this one. Oops. Extract all, browse, and select folder, extract, ding, and we come in here. Load. Matty Taka, this one? Okay, Matty Taka. All right, so let's see your team instruction. I think the team is still the same. Inverted winger. Okay, now you change the role. Why for? No wonder you noticed it was wrong. Huh? You want it to be an inverted winger. Okay, do you have any PIs in this role? Cut inside, dribble. No, this is locked, I think. Cut inside with the ball and then dribble more. Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can change this, no? Good you didn't choose the what everybody else likes to do with inverter. You sit there, you don't need to do that. DMs, okay, out of possession, nothing. Okay, striker, out of possession, nothing. I like this. Okay, nothing. Okay, good. We don't have defensive PIs, but offensive PIs for your fullbacks. Okay, you got them cutting inside. Both sides. They're playing as one side. So the left side is playing as a false fullback. The right side is playing as a regular fullback. So we expect this guy to go this way. So he's going to create havoc. Sometimes he's going to go this way. Sometimes he's going to go that way. So very unpredictable play. Very nice. I like that. I love that. I love unpredictability in tactics. I think it's good. AM is going this way. And we got ball playing centre back here. So this is not an advanced centre back. He's not libero. He just pushes up a bit. That's about it. But he will not vacate the area. But what we have is 1, 2, 3. A bit lopsided if this guy's got forward runs. Let's see. Does he have forward runs? Doesn't have. Okay, it's all right. Then it's not too attacking. So it's fine. Otherwise, you might have in a situation where it's too lopsided in transition. Okay, here we go. Enjoy the match, boys. Okay, let's see what happens. Frankie de Jong, 4-3-3 coming up. Yep, Balde. Look at where Lamine Yamal is. Sitting in the corner. Okay, we are playing a 4-2-4. Nice. But positive. Okay, positive mentality. All right now. Maybe I don't know why this year I'm so anti-positive. Positive mentality is still okay, right? A lot of short. If you're like a fan of shorter, more restrained, right, style of play, circumspect passing, go for it. Positive is okay for that. Yeah. I am all about the attack. I am all about the attack. Okay, so for me, it's either cautious or attacking. Yeah, cautious when I'm playing away from home, attacking when I'm at home. Then my transitions are very, very fast. And I think you all saw that day, right? I was playing a game and then it was table tennis, right? One moment I'm attacking, the next moment the AI is attacking, then I'm attacking, the AI is attacking. It's like end-to-end football action. It was fantastic. I just love that kind of football because it's not good for the heart. It was a Forest Spurs match. Yeah, it was a Forest Spurs match. You guys, my God, that game was end to end, boy. It was like, I think it finished 4-4, final score. I score one goal, you score one goal. I score one goal, you score one goal. I score one goal, you score one goal. Wow, that was fantastic. Love it. Full of entertainment. I mean, that's what it should be. Yeah. Hey, look, I want to play different kinds of football. I mean, like, sometimes you want to create a style of football that just makes you, like, off the seat of your pants kind of. It's a game only, right? It's not like, I need to win because if I don't win, I cannot put food on the table for the next 6 months kind of thing. It's not that kind of situation. This is meant to, it's a game. It's meant to make you laugh, enjoy yourself, right? Nice. See, the mid block is working very nicely. Not too much pressing. They're holding their positions really well. It's a real good sign. Because that's what I look for. I'll show you again when I'm defending. What I look for specifically, this is something I'm always looking for in all my tactics. If I want to have a very good defense, I must absolutely see this. If I don't see this, it's terrible. Okay, first thing I look for is this. See these 4 guys and this guy, they're staying still, right? This guy, only ones operating are these guys, right? Because he has already started the press. So these guys are reacting, right? He's reacting. So these guys, look at where they are. Perfect positions. Now, there's only these 3 guys in between. Only 3 players are in between the DM and them. This is something I look for in this phase. When it gets to this phase here, when the ball comes here and the opposition move high up the pitch, I don't like to see this. I like to see this guy coming down to these positions to make it more narrower, so it's harder for them to find the play with a pass. So as you can see right now, what I want to see is them getting back. Now, this is not ideal because this is a fast transition, but you saw the way they were tracking back. It's perfect. So it's not bad because the tempo was very fast. If you play on low tempo, right, attacking style, this would not have happened. The yellow is playing a high tempo. If you're playing a low tempo, chances are that you also would have given the opposition time to defend. Yeah. Counter, no chance to counter. Too quick. Yeah. Now what you want to see? Okay, now I want to see this group get closer to this 3. See this? This is what I want to see. Right? The gap becomes a bit more difficult, right, for the opposition to work through. Because, you see, he has the ball, but he can't pass. He can't play the cross. Well defended. He can't pass it back because we got the 4 here in between these 3 now. See that? So this is what I look for in my tactics. Because this will tell me if my tactic is defending well. Because this means that he has to carry the ball all the way. Now I've limited him to crossing the ball. So he has to beat my player across the ball and get it in. Because he can't pass it to these guys, it becomes too dangerous. Now, if you want to create a really good tactical system, what you want to do is, in the reverse, when you have the ball in this position, you want to have a system which can play the pass back. If you can play the pass back, your tactic is very good. Because that means that your tactic can put pressure on defenses and keep the ball. So defending, done. Yeah, easy can be easy. Yeah. So the defensive transitions look quite good. So I get the ball. Now we're looking. Yeah. So you want to see 1, 2, 3 all the way up to shot on goal.
Hi, how are you?
God Spurs, how are you, man? Sometimes you do switch the wingers to active when it depends on the opposition. Yeah, perfectly okay to, because when you have this kind of a setup, right, you can switch the wingers around. Yeah. But do you switch the fullback around? Because your fullback is creating a lot of attacking patterns, right? You want to see your fullback creating attacking patterns on the left and the right. Now, sometimes you want to stretch defenses, right? So maybe this team is defending, got inside 4 here, fullback going this way, right? Inside 4 is coming here, right? So what I would do is I turn him into a winger. If I turn that guy into a winger and I play a left-footed player there, on the left flank, I stretch the defense. Then my fullback is going to create havoc. And this will create more space for my team. So if you come up against a team that's very defensive, that's what you can do with this tactic. There's a tweak you can make, but it's going to be a very, very powerful tweak. Because then you can operate high. Because I've noticed, right, that the fullback isn't creating a lot of problems for the opposition on the left side. I will probably sync the Discord sometime tomorrow and see whether that's working. Okay, here he goes. Eric Garcia. Yeah, not too bad so far. Okay, so we conceded a goal. Now we have to go and we're gonna have to jump back into this. So let me go and check. Oh, where's my OBS gone? Hey, Tiki Press, how are you, man? Okay, we're gonna have to tweak, because they came down the right. They came down your right side. Rafinha, let's go. Out to Fermin. They should be able to get a result. Lamine Yamal out wide. Come on, get in, and doesn't get the equalizer. Okay. Let's see what happens, right? Let's see whether I can make one tweak. All right. Tactics. Okay, I'm going to turn him into a winger. Rafinha is left or right foot? Left-footed. Okay, good. Now this guy fullback. Okay. Attack. MPM. Fullback. Go this way. He's going to come in that way. DLF on support. Enough. That's fine. All right, let's go. And then we're going to go attacking. Take a bit more risk. I've loaded my tactic, but I can't stay online. Can you make sure the MCL OP is the AMC? Aiyo. Okay lah, Tiki Press. Your tactics are very, very confusing. I will try. My tag is called 5. Okay, there we go. The winger is up wide, right? So you look at him, his positioning now. So we're going to stretch that team and make more space for ourselves. And, Rafinha. Rafinha free, man, with the ball just now. Okay, Pedri. Now we got stretch. Now we are stretching this team. Okay. All right. Now I want to see whether I can do more. Okay. Team shape. Not team instructions. Here. I hate all this. Let's go in possession. Progress through. If I do this, supporting runs, no. I want this both flanks. Okay, done. Yeah, that's what I wanted. Underlaps. So I added underlaps. I'm hoping there's underlaps. Yeah, I think so. Because the widest player now will hold the ball up for other players. Because now we're going to have a lot more running at this defense from wider players. Okay, Lamine Yamal wins. Because this will give Lamine Yamal a bit more space when the ball goes on the left. Okay. running. And again. Hey man, thanks for the follow, man, Steve. So let's see if it works. Because I'm not really very good at guessing. Progress through. That's supporting us unlap. So here you can check here. So unlap both flanks. Correct. I was right. So we added that already. So now we are attacking this team. And there Baldi is coming in. This guy has gone wide. And we are pulling more. See, we have pulled 1, 2, 3, 4 to this side. There's space now here. So this is going to be dangerous for them because we can now pull that team. And that is going to create more opportunities for ourselves. Especially if you're playing against a team that's sitting back and defending after taking the lead, which I think Villarreal are doing. They are playing when they're defending, it's a 4-1-4-1, correct? So if you want to really crank it out, right, you can. But, you play like more attacking, like you play the fullback. You get them to attack. You get this guy to go forward as well. Fermin now on the ball. He's looking for options. And we get another. Oh, man, they are really defending well. I didn't change anything. Yeah, I didn't. Same. Yeah. Unless I've zoomed out a lot. It could be because I zoomed out. No, I didn't zoom out. There's no zoom. Yeah, sorry, there's no zoom. This version. Pedri, Rafinha. Oh, here we go. Boom. Nice work. We're keeping the pressure on this team. And ball goes left. Again, Pedri, Rafinha in. And it goes in and squares it. Yeah, we got the equalizer. So now we're getting Rafinha wider and he's pulling more players. Because just now when you play him as an inside forward, he's too close to the defenders. So when you play a role, like sometimes you want space, right? You want to create space. And you get space by using the right roles. So we use the winger. I like wingers. I like to use deploy wingers if I find that I'm playing against a team that's sitting back a lot, right? So they're defending. Shit, that's our team. This is their team. So they're even more defensive than I thought. This is a 4-2. Yeah, they are really parking the bus. This tactic is park the bus tactic. So we have winger. So we stretch. This guy is playing a bit more attacking, right? So now I want to try and get another goal. So let's try and become a bit more riskier. So now this guy is going to be a fullback. We're going to get this guy to be an advanced centre back. We're going to take this guy as a ball playing centre back. We're going to turn this guy into a this is fine. DDM, what's a DDM? Dropping the one defensive midfielder. Okay, so we are pushing everybody forward now. All right. We want it to be a channel forward. Now we don't want you to drop back. So I want him to move left and right. Okay. I'm going for goals. Yeah. So I want to win the game. Attacking transition with a counter attack. This is fine. This is fine. Where's my run at defense? Here we go. Pass into space. Dribbling, encourage. Dribbling. No, where's dribbling? Dribbling should be encourage. Yeah, okay. Encourage. Patience. Work ball into box. Crossing star. I want to go all the way to the byline because you're pushing everybody forward. So I want them high up the pitch now. Tempo is okay. Attacking with is standard. Okay, fine. Okay, let's go. Not much time. We only got 4 minutes. Why doesn't he want to change? Well, you have to cancel, is it? What the hell's wrong with this game? What the hell? This is what I call cheaterbug game. What? You go in real time. They don't even allow me to make changes. Confirm change cannot. Actually, cannot. cannot. What the hell? This is unfair. Well, I made such a complicated set of instructional changes, right? The game doesn't even let me do it. I'll tell you what we'll do. Instant result of what happens. For me, drives Barcelona, but they get a win or not? I got the win. We got the win. We got the win in the end. Yeah, so we got the win in the end. But my changes worked. Yeah, so let's see what the goal is like. Yeah, we watched the final goal. The game froze. They wouldn't let me win. Wouldn't let me see the win. Were you surprised? I'm not surprised. Pep's whole life fell apart at Man City. Marriage, family. Eventually, his sanity will go if he doesn't leave. Yeah, he has to leave. His life was destroyed at Man City. He lost everything. So I think he wants to go to save his life. I mean, like, so he's won the title and all that. But to do that, to get all the success he did at Man City, he lost his family. And I tell you something, there's nothing worse in a man's life. If he has succeeded in everything in his life, right, and fails at family, right, most men, right, they crumble. Because it's the last thing we can handle. At least for me, I speak for myself. I cannot handle it. So our equalizer was very nice. Then we came in, and then what happened here? So Pedri, Rafinha. The one thing about the highlights, right? They take forever to show us the goals. We ask for goals, and they give us like a bloody compendium of long highlights. Rafinha. Then we got the tap in, right? So this was after we made the first change. And then we got the winner in the 94th minute. It was a free kick. Frankie de Jong. Pedri, Fermin, rocket, and then fortunate, but still a result in the end. Where do you think? I think he's gonna take a long time off. Pep will take a very long time off. I don't think we will see Pep we won't see Pep managing a team for at least 5 years. Yeah, he might try to return home and try and save his family. Because it wasn't good for him. Yeah. I mean, he's had a tough time. He's not the same Pep Guardiola that he was when he was happier. I mean, he's not as happy now as he was before. Yeah. That's why it looks to me. I think he just wants to take a break, and I think he should put his home life and himself. He should put his personal. He should put himself first. Yeah, basically that's what he needs to do. He should make himself the center of all things that are important. Yeah. Is FM26 look better? Attempt to start a new game and hope that FM27. I'm also thinking I remember CM for being awful, but loving anyway because I didn't have people on forums telling me else. Exactly, Steve. I think you should play. You should not listen to comments out there. Then play for what you feel. The thing about human nature is this, right? People can be so easily influenced by negativity. Right? The world is this world right now, right, is full of negativity. I find it very annoying. I find the energy is so bad nowadays. So when I got the game the first time, naturally I was disappointed. Who wasn't, right? But then I decided, okay, look, is life gonna be like this for me? I get disappointed, I just throw it away. Why can't I find a way to make it work for me, right? So what I did was, I took the game and I made it work for me. And I can find some enjoyment in playing this game. Yeah. Am I obsessed by the game? Of course not. I'm not obsessed. But I treat like 0304. Exactly the same philosophy I had in 0304, I have it in FM26. Basically, 0304 is all about the tactics and just winning games. That's it. But if I wanted to go into I leave everything to the AI now. Okay, trading and everything else. I'm not saying that that's the best way to play, because of course the best way to play is to control everything, right? But which manager in the real world has got control over everything in the first place? So maybe next season, I might start a new save tomorrow in anticipation of the World Cup. Who doesn't want to do that, right? Okay. So I'm going to start a new save tomorrow in anticipation of the World Cup. So we're going to go really slow because we're going to build things up. Yeah, but then I have to be, oh shit, how does this work? I can't get a job in time. It doesn't work that way. Right? I have to be an international manager first. So I have to, yeah, we'll have to figure things out. Okay. Yeah. I don't think he's waiting for a Spain national team. I think many Premier League teams might play 4-4-2 again during SF. Yeah, you never know. I think 4-4-2 is a great system. But I'm definitely going to play the game to enjoy it. Yeah, I would advise people to do it. Play the game to enjoy it. Come on, guys. Don't let the game, don't let the doubters get you down. I got it. I am okay. Look, what I did, I even changed the colors of the game. Look, by finding something called reshade, right? Otherwise, the game looks like this. This is emerald green. This is a MNB. You would type exclamation mark skin, which I will do for you since I'm such a nice guy. Knowing you guys probably won't do it. Okay, so I do it for you. That's the name of the skin. Okay, MNB skin by ANSIOS. I'm not suggesting go download the skin. I'm just invariably one of you is going to ask me what the skin is, so I just put it up there. So I use this. Look at the colors. It changed. But I don't use I know that the wider community has done some fantastic work, like Bessie Boy has done those stadiums, but I won't now because let's face it, I'm a moderator on the tactics and training and tactics forums. How do you look if I suddenly have all the stadiums up and then I'll wait for SI to give them the green light, then I'll do it. Did you have issue where fans kick in on PC? If so, did you resolve? No, I don't have fans, but I have a rig that can launch a space. I have a very, very powerful rig. Yeah. I mean, CPU overload is going to happen, right? Okay. The thing is that I have I monitor the fan myself, right? I've got my own fan monitoring system and I maintain at a certain temperature. But most fans, when they blow, they do it because your system is finding that the CPU is heating up a lot because it's processing a lot. Mine doesn't do that. Yeah. So if the fan is going up, it's a good thing. Your rig is doing the work it's supposed to do. Yeah. That's normal. I mean, if you should start using a monitoring system like a fan monitoring. There's so many out there, right? I think I'm using this. Fan control. So you can install fan control like that. I'm using this, right? This is called fan control. I actually use this. I haven't used it. Well, I haven't updated it, but I set it up so that it can. I calibrated my fans, and then I set it up so it maintains a certain temperature, so I know what's happening with my fan. So you can actually do something like use fan control or something like monitor your rig. Yeah. If you know what you're doing, then it's easy. If you don't know, then do a bit of Googling. You find out. It's not that difficult because I did for a long time. Now, in fact, the game doesn't like burn through the CPU as it used to because I was testing it out. I think if you guys were watching my streams when FM26 launched for the first time, I was doing a lot of testing, right? Rig testing, benchmarking to see how my machine was going to handle it. And it was like, wow. Early days, yes. There was a bit of instability with the FPS, but then after that it was fine. Yeah. So my recommendation is get an add-on. Liking that skin, yeah, I love it. This MNB skin is very nice. And you can use the profiles, the player profiles. One screen which I think is massively underrated is on the player profile. There's the smiley faces based on game time. Yeah, they have a very good skin. MNB skin is actually one of the best skins out there. I like this skin a lot. Okay, so we've got the next tactic is coming from Tiki Press. In possession, we've got wide forward, AMs, channel midfielder, DLP, fullback. Okay, in possession, very defensive. Okay, very defensive. Team is, I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying it's very defensive. Standard with standard balance, time-based thing. Okay, general stuff. Mentality, I love it. Encourage work, low crosses. Got to go all the way to the byline to cross the ball. Not overlapping, not underlapping. That's okay. Encourage pass reception. He's going to allow the more talented roles, or rather the roles that go pass into space, or take more risks, drive the passing. So in possession, DLP will do a lot of the passing and ball playing, the two ball playing defenders. Okay, all right, we got that. I think we'll now check PIs, out of possession, nothing. Then PIs here to see, he's using a narrow, just narrow. They're not running inside as much as like my tactics where I basically use false fullback. So that's fine. Let's go. Think about 4-3-3s. You're gonna have to tweak. So if you don't become good at tweaking tactics, 4-3-3, I'm gonna change the role to a winger to stretch the defense, that kind of thing, right? And you just leave the tactic as it is. You're gonna have a lot of 1-0s. 1-1, 1-0, 1-0, then you come back to the channel and go, I'm defending well, but how can I score more goals? And I'm gonna say the same thing. You gotta get, hate to say it, get good. Change the role, baby, once in a while. Channel forward. Could you remind me the name of that color overlay? Reshade. There. It's called Reshade. So then after that, when you download Reshade, right? This is Reshade. All you gotta do is make sure that you when you download it, it'll ask you which stuff you want. Just go and get Live Gamma Gain Tone Map. That's what most people will use. I mean, I have others as well, but I think for most people this is enough. Live Gamma Gain and Tone Map, and then you can just use these settings. Well, for Tone Map, you want it. If you want my emerald green, you just lower the gamma a bit more, and then decrease the saturation, and then the bleach and default put it down to 0. Then for your tone map, right? For Lift Gamma Gain, you bring the green. This is wait, let me think. This is red, green, blue. I think this is blue. So you bring blue down to 0.722, but leave red and green alone. Yeah, that's it. Easy can peasy. Simple as. Yeah, it's one of the easiest things to use. You can use it for a lot of games. And it'll be, or you can use it for just Football Manager, which is what I do. Okay. All right. Combine Torres, Pedri, Yo Young, Lamine Yamal, Rafinha, Balde. Okay. All right. Kubarasi not really great in the air, but 14 should have to do. We can always use Araujo. I like Araujo, so we'll put him here. Because I don't really like Kubarasi very much. Because, I mean, this team has got a lot of short defenders. Okay. Okay, let's go. Hey, Lewandowski is still injured. I got 0-0 a lot. 1-0 is not bad. I got a lot of 0-0 and 1-0. Yeah, your tactic is defensive, right? Yeah, it's defensive. If your goal is to be defensive, go ahead. Yeah. But I'm not surprised if you get a lot of 0-0, 1-0. It's a common theme in a lot of 4-3-3s. So 4-3-3s is all about, but I think you know what to do, say it out. You're just being bashful and shy, humble and all that. You make a lot of 4-3-3 tactics. So I guess you know what you're doing as well. You guys know what you're doing. Sometimes I don't know whether you're trolling me, when you come to my stream. I bet you guys know what you're doing. You're trolling me half the time. Half the time you're trolling me, okay? I know you guys too well. Some of you, I've known you for years. You've been following the channel for years. You bugger come here or troll. But the biggest troll is not here. He's back home. Oh no, Gorak Gurutsa is offside. I hope he's offside. One final question. Yes, Steve, don't worry. There's no such thing as a final question. There's always the question after. Don't ever say one final question. It means sad, no. I could be gone tomorrow, man. I could be gone before the stream is done. Don't make it so depressing when you say the word one final question. It sounds so depressing. You're leaving, are you? You going away? Don't do this to me, man. It's so terrible. One final question. After that, I'm leaving you. I'm going to go and watch another stream. Right, that's what you're doing, right? I'm not answering the question. I don't care. I'm going to keep you here a bit longer. Multiple tactics. Switch media to do some players switch positions every match to resolve. Multiple tactics. I don't use multiple tactics. It's just loaded multiple tactics. That's all. When I play multiple tactics, I don't play multiple tactics. FYI, I don't. Okay, I don't have like a 4-2-3-1. I switch to a 4-3-3 and I switch to a 3-5-2. Oh God, that is a nightmare, man. You players. Oh my God, you're going to have to make sure that they all line up for every single tactic before you kick off. No? That means you have to go to the tactics page, right? Every tactic you got to check. No? Okay, he's in this position, correct. Now go to the second tactic. Okay, they're the same positions. Okay, good. I go to the I'm using a 3-1-4-2. All right, it's a bit misaligned. Now you got problem. You see what I mean? So it's never going to work. Yeah, so my advice is, yeah, you can if you want to, but normally I don't. I play one tactic and then I tweak in the game itself. If I want to go 3-1-4-2, 3-4-3, I do it in the game. Sometimes I load the tactic. I rarely even load the tactic because if I load the tactic, right, the players are all out of position. So I normally just change the roles during when I'm playing the game. Yeah. Because the thing about football manager is this, no? What you should get good at is understanding where the roles go. That's it. Okay, so let's look at this tactic, Wide forward, yeah, right. Okay, winger, AM attacking, right? Wide forward. Okay, winger. This guy is stretched. This guy will get him to get with the plan and attack. Yeah, get up the pitch. We got DLP, AM going up. Let's go looking for goals. ASCB, then this guy. Let's go looking for goals. Everybody, let's go. We got nothing to lose. And this is me going for tech goals. I'm very unhappy. We're 1 goal down against who? Atletico Bilbao. They will hold this over me for the rest of my career, man. ACB goes up, DLP will form a 2, this 3. This guy's the last man. This guy's going up. This guy is going up. This guy is going to give us the width. This guy is going to go around the camel's ass. Okay, good. So he's going to go this way. We're going to attack. We're going to go, man, for these guys. ACB is coming up, so we're only going to play one defender. All right, so we're going to try. If we concede a goal, we concede a goal. Okay, we lose. But we are pushing now for the game. Actually, we can play safer. Okay, we can do this. We can come in here. We can play a bit safer. We get this guy to cut inside. No, we can't. Because this guy is a wide forward, right? He's going to be... can. We shove him even wider. Okay. We shove him even wider. So we get cut inside. And then this guy is going to come here. This guy is going to start from wider position. This guy is going to be a wider position. I'm going to push this guy into this pocket here. All right, so we're going to go dribbling direction narrow. I want him to shove and get into that pocket. I want him to make more runs. I don't want the dribble more thing. Then winger is going to give us width. What is this guy doing? Attacking with forward runs. I want him to make more runs forward. I want him to be slightly further away inside this area. This guy is coming up the pitch. So Kubarasi want to make sure that he can... Okay, what's the worst that can happen, right? Channel 4 is going to go left and right. Lamine Yamal. So what we're going to do now is we're going to add underlaps. And we're going to encourage these guys to progress through both sides of the pitch. And then we're going to do underlaps. And then we're going to... No pass into space. Passing into space. Okay, all right. That's it. Team shape. What about a block? Defensive line. Now we're looking for goals. So we're not going to do that. We're not going to play much lower defensive line. Low block for Barcelona is a terrible idea. For Barcelona to play a low block is suicide football. You know why? The defenders can't jump. The goalkeeper can't jump. The defenders can't jump. It's a suicide because if you play low defensive line, you're telling your back line how to support the attack. Yeah. It's not a low block as such, but you're telling your backline not to support the attack. So the backline doesn't push up, right? Okay, so now we scored a goal, right? Now we're going to do what you want to do, right? So we're going to do what you want, right? So pung. So now I'm going to much lower. I'm going to do what you want, right? So we're going to go all the way back so backline doesn't go up. See, the thing is right now, your backline is not going up, right? So you don't need to play IFB, just play fullback. They're not going to go up the pitch, right? You're going to keep a big gap. So I'm going to maintain the same tactic, except now I'm going to play with the ball playing centre back. So now this ACB doesn't move forward, but the rest will. Okay, so this channel 4 will move left and right. Same tactic, right? But they won't support attacks. So. You see, the problem is you do this, right? They won't the defensive line affects every single role on the pitch, not the back line. No, everybody. So don't do this to these guys. They'll be too deep. But why are you going 4-2-3-1 in defense? Oh, this is confusing, man. Okay, I know he wanted something funky, his tactic. DLP, I see the DLP is here. Channel midfielder is attacking. You gotta change this. I know this was his original. No, wait, this was his original. This was his original defensive structure. Then he went DLP channel midfielder. So DLP, I assume the DLP channel midfielder will rotate and the AM will go forward. So these two guys will come inside. Eric Garcia will come here, De Jong comes here, which is correct, and then Pedri will shift forward. Okay, all right, I get that. So these two guys are coming, and these guys, no need. You don't need these guys to play like this. So what you do is you get this guy to be a tracking winger, you get this guy to be a tracking winger. All right. So they rotate back into those positions. Okay. All right. So what will happen is these guys, because and we also did the right thing to do was to give him the forward role, so he's already forward. So what happened when we're defending? This guy is already in attacking position. He will just track the target. That's it. And then to ensure that he tracks the target, we make it more pronounced. So we'll trigger the press for him, and then we give him marking tighter and tackling others. So now he definitely is going to be closer to the opposition player when they have the ball. This influences how close they will be to the opposition player when they have the ball. Okay. I wouldn't use marking target. Yeah. I generally don't like the instruction. Okay, done. Let's go. So now we're playing your low block. Okay. This is not conducive to your lower defensive line, right? Because it still shifts the team high up the pitch. So I'm going to go to cautious. Make it a bit more crazy. Okay. Now we are going to ding. Where's your direct tempo is going to be higher because we want to get the ball. We want to move the ball. Creative freedom is fine. And work ball into box. So we don't want to be balanced now because you're low defense. Your backline is not going up the pitch, right? Yeah. Your backline is not going to support play, So we got the goal we wanted, right? So we got the equalizer by pushing our team forward. So essentially what I did was to get the equalizer was I only defended with one player. Everybody else was pushed forward. Without changing roles, we just PI and we just use a few team instructions and change the roles for the defenders. Yeah. So now we are going to go back to our low defensive line. This is going to be fun. I want to get tortured. Okay, we're getting tortured. We are about to get tortured, guys. Hey, we still have the ball. Not bad, huh? Low defensive line still getting tortured. So now my backline, right? I don't expect my backline to be too proactive, but because we gave them those instructions, right? So they were still like, you see, the low defensive line go there. So now they get into position. There we go. They are right in position now. Boom. The problem is when you play low defensive lines, right? You are defending literally here. Okay, this is where you're defending. The problem with that kind of defending is you have to have defenders who can win the ball in the air. If you don't have, you're screwed. Because you are going to have a lot of ball crosses they defend against. Now we got low defensive line. Kunde is up there. And we are still playing the same way. We got only two defenders now because we are playing a bit more defensively, right? We drew the ball. Garcia, Lamine Yamal can get that. You see, low defensive line. He's not going to go up, no. He's not going to try. Okay, all right. I see it was okay. All right, let's go key. Challenging. Channel forward. I wouldn't play this way. At least these two, the three of them can work together to score goals. Center forward is just going to break the lines by himself. Rafinha, there you see, channel forward goes to the left. Then he links up with this guy. Then he gets back into attack again. Then you just build play up. And then we see what I mean? Channel forward linking. There we go. When you play a lower defensive line, your backline doesn't overcommit. That's the thing about low defensive lines, right? Backlines don't overcommit. That's one of the best things about low defensive lines. But if you don't choose the right roles in attack and you don't use the right team instructions to get the players moving, then you still don't create space. So we got, and then mentality, you don't have to play on attacking all the time, right? So even at home, I play cautious. Cautious long passes, but we are more meticulous about our passing because I want them not to take unnecessary risks with the ball and just hoof the ball up. So cautious is a low mentality, but they're more circumspect with the passes. And my team is a good team, so they should be able to make the pass, right? So it's quite logical if you think along those lines. All right, let's go and let's take out some of the players. Let's rotate our team. Let's bring in Rooney for fun. I don't know how he's going to... who's Casado? I don't know, this name looked damn familiar. Okay, Danny Olmo for Pedri for the fun of it. And then Casado for Garcia, who probably can't play in a position. See what's the worst thing can happen, right? Because now I put a player who got absolutely no jumping reach. I want to see the center. See, we're defending. Okay. A question of tactical familiarity. It's a big no-no to change. Nah, tactical familiarity is jack shit. Don't worry about tactical familiarity. The only thing you worry about is positional familiarity. Meaning, you always try and play a player who knows the position. Disregard OOP, only IP. In possession. So if you want to play as a winger, make sure you can play as a winger. Knows the position. Tactical familiarity as a whole thing. My team has to be tactically familiar. We've been to any of my Bring Your Tactics streams. We keep changing tactics every single game. If tactical familiarity was that much of a handicap, right, we would be losing every single game because the team needs to get accustomed to the new tactic. So it's a really been blown out of proportion by the community at large. Right. So one of the reasons why I do this show, Bring Your Tactics, I want to prove it every time. I proved it many times already. Like I won a title by changing a tactic every single game. Every single game. I never had the same tactic. And on Discord, we have a challenge called the Hot Potato Challenge. A manager is not allowed to play the same tactic or the same formation. So that means we pass it around. So you can only use one formation for 4 games. Then after that, you got to change. And nobody can use the same formation ever again. So if you play a 4-2-3-1, none of the permutations can be used for the 4-2-3-1. It has to be a different formation altogether. Yeah. So definitely, don't look at tactical familiarity as a major thing in this game. It's so minor. It is so, it's like the only thing that affects your tactic, right, is going to be positional familiarity. That means when you create any kind of a tactic, the first thing you do is, can Lamine Yamal play as a winger? Then you go in here, no worries. Can he play here? Not so well. He might make mistakes. That's the only thing you worry about. Do you worry about the OP positions? You want to play him as a wingback? Don't worry about that. Don't even, the game now has really added more gummy bears to confuse people. Okay. What they've done is they've given you you go training right now, right? And you go position, they got the bloody OP position roles. No? Set your entire team to none. It eats up your CA. Don't bother. Every single player in your team, set it to none. Don't bother. You don't need them to learn how to play as a wingback. You think the game is going to suddenly give them more attributes for defending? You want Lamine Yamal to improve his defending, as opposed to him improving his attacking. Yeah, that's the thing about the game. So don't overthink it. Yeah, downloading adapter. Damn it, I'm gonna stop it because I'm streaming. I don't want to download anything. All right, okay. So we've done those. Now let's look at the community at large. Ding 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 ding. I'm gonna pick a few tactics. And thank you for coming on the stream today. I love the fact that you're asking a lot of questions. See, that wasn't your last question. I kept you, right? All right. View uploads. Okay, what have we got? We've got a few. All right, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. And download. All right, we're going to have a look at all the 4 tactics. And we've done that. And we come in here now and we go to the folder and we come to root. And we come to tactics and we 1, 2, 3, 4. Delete all of them. Bang. All gone. And then we go to downloads. And then we go to public. And we extract all of them. And we put them into the same folder. And it's all done. Then we come in here. And we start with this. And we load the tactic. And what have we got first? Sean Scully. Quick pick. All right, combine. Well, first we look at team instructions, okay? All right, so in both direct, tempo much higher, okay. 4-2-4 in, okay. In possession, inside 4, going this way. You got wing back. I wouldn't recommend too high a tempo. Then wing back, why you have wing backs for dribbling, and kick the ball along. With 2 channel forwards running here, with these guys running here. I mean, you could work, but it's going to be very direct. No? Yeah. So the danger is this tempo could be your undoing. I would probably go to standard first and adjust accordingly. Like, if I play target man, I definitely go high tempo. Yeah. But channel forwards running to the channels, inside was coming in. Who else is scoring goals for you? This guy's going here, this guy's going here, this guy's going. You're hoping some complicated attacking pattern. No, box to box also won't get up in time, no. Yeah, so you have to reduce your tempo. My advice is play on standard tempo with this tactic. Don't play too high. Because if I wanted to create a tactic which is a high tempo tactic, DM, winger, target forward, poacher, yeah, then I'll do what you're doing. Because then it's a heavy cross tactic. Yeah. Because I want the ball to go up to the flanks really quickly, boom, boom, 3 pass into the box. Yeah. This is not a 3 pass into the box tactic because box to box, you're going to get these guys involved. You want these guys to come up the pitch. You want these guys to attack the score goals, and you want these guys to create the space. That is not high tempo tactic. Yeah. So that is a more standard tempo tactic. Okay, so I'm just going to change this to standard, and then attacking much narrow means you're using wall passes, right? The ball goes in and goes out. Basically, what happens is tick tock, and goes up the pitch. Hey, wing back, right? They tend to drive up the pitch a lot. No, sit narrow. You want them to, and you're doing wall passes. Okay, I would be very careful with this. Okay, this guy's gonna attack spaces, attack players, and they might lose the ball as a result. So another role I probably would go with is a fullback. Out of possession has become very, very defensive. Winger. In fact, what I would do is I wouldn't track them. Why you want them to track from here? Track from here. Because you're already in the attacking. You're already playing such an aggressive tactic, right? So what you do is you ask them to come to these positions and start tracking from here instead of tracking from a deeper position. Because what's going to happen is they lose the ball and they're going to drop into those positions, instead of trying to win the ball back, right? And then and sometimes because you're playing such a high tempo tactic, you see, they're never going to be in that position. They're just basically running to that position for the sake of running. Yeah. Okay. All right. So what you do is counter press. I knew it. Much lower defensive line again, right? Lower defensive lines only work, right, if because you got wing backs charging up the pitch and you're playing a lower defensive line. So you're basically defending right in your box. So I wouldn't recommend it unless you got very good defenders, right? So I would play a standard at least, right? Step up more is just an offside trap. So you got a lower defensive line, okay, and you got offside trap. How are you going to get an offside trap to operate inside your penalty area? You want to do step up more, defensive line has to be higher. Then you play step up more. Otherwise, don't touch this with a 10-foot pole. Unless this is playing offside trap. You cannot play an offside trap where your defensive line is very deep. Because then you're sitting at the edge of the area and playing an offside trap at the edge of the area. Nobody plays the offside trap at the edge of the area. Everybody plays the offside trap here. All teams play the offside trap here, the 25-yard line. Nobody plays offside trap here. You are playing an offside trap in this zone here, which is dangerous, which is very, very dangerous. Okay, now when you play any kind of a tactic, right, if you got two formations that are very dissimilar from each other, never play with counter press. You're asking for trouble. Then this other one, much more, you see, you've got low defensive line coupled with much more in trigger pressing also is another recipe for disaster. Don't do that. Because low defensive line, and then you're telling your players to step out defensive, do that. All these instructions are just asking your players to leave the defensive line. First, you want them to be very deep. Then after that, you want them to leave that deep position to chase after any player. That's very problematic, right? So I definitely remove this instruction as well. You want to attach any of those tackle harder, right? You come inside here, pick the players. You see, most people don't do this, and I tell people to do this. You want to be doing this. You want them to be aggressive in the final third. You want them to press and don't give no quarter, right? You want your players to work hard and try and win the ball back if they lose the ball. This is the other way of doing it. So now what we've done is we told these group of players to do that. Now you see this, right? Okay, he's tracking. So what can this guy do? Press. So they can press now. So you squeeze your opposition into these spots. Then these two guys are coming back to defend, right? They're DMs. Okay, can. AM, over. This can work. Yeah, channel forward, channel. This a bit scary, lah. You definitely have to play at a lower tempo. You have to play on a standard tempo. There's no way you can play this on high tempo. Yeah, the thing is right now, what you've done is you got this guy coming here, this guy coming here, this guy coming here, this guy coming here. You got a lot of players just going to the middle. Okay, I'll show you what it means when you get all these players going to the middle. Not always pretty, unless your players are all very good. Right? If your players are very, very good, it's a different story. Why are we doing post-match press conference? I don't get involved in press conferences. Okay, so we play one game. I have in channel 4, yeah. You wingbacks don't. You want wingbacks to attack forward. I don't play wingbacks. I don't play with this role. I don't play with this role. I don't play with this role. I don't play with this. I play with this role. I don't touch this role, and I don't touch this role. Yeah. Inside wingback is the one wingback I never play. Yeah, it's like the worst role in the game. I would say it's the worst role in the game. It's got a place in one specific formation. Most other formations I won't use it because the fullback is the best role in the game. In my opinion, the fullback is the best role. So right now we got this. Now we are playing Red Star Belgrade. So this one we should easily be thumping. And you're playing what? Narrow attacking ways. Oh my goodness. And the players are all being narrow. Channel 4 going, and everyone's running through the middle. The whole team is going through the middle. No? And the inside force are starting from wider positions and going through the middle. Okay, so we got to see how well we won the ball back. Okay, so you see the problem right now is the all holding hands already. See, these wing backs, are they going to run up the pitch? No. See, nothing. They have to play the pass. And then everybody's in the center. Nobody is. If everybody went to the center, then we open to the counter. Right, so give me the width. Almost. What's he? He's nothing. This guy cannot play. No, you come here. Oh no, I can't do that. I have to go combine. Yeah, you come here. I'll present Rooney can. Okay, so we got box to box going up. Wing back. Okay, all right. Now winger. Now we got width in our tactic. So congested. I'm waiting for the highlights to change. Okay, all right, now we go key. Okay, there we go. Now there's a bit more space for our players. Okay, defending is not an issue. I don't think defending will be an issue with this setup. Shouldn't be an issue, lah. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna speed things up. The problem with the game, right, is that highlights take too long. Okay, now you got a width. Okay, now you go up. Yeah, wing back went all the way up the pitch. Then the what's his name went down with him. Are you using underlaps? I didn't check that. One ball to pass into space, play through press, shot, goal kicks, centre backs supporting us both flanks. Okay, dribbling, work ball into box, discourage low crosses, balance. Okay, attacking transition, attacking width, much narrower. Narrow. I just want to change it slightly. I want to use the wing. I don't want to be so making the wing backs a priority every single pass. Okay, at least you got a short back, yeah. A channel 4 running this way, channel 4 running, winger going this way, winger going this way, is fine. Yeah. Now I'm thinking of just putting one guy in the area to be a centre forward. But both channel forwards are. But it's still okay. We can play. There will be a lot. There we got a goal. Yeah, it should be a problem because all four of them can be goal scorers. I tried to replicate a formation I use in under 70s in real life. A winger is a wing back charge with the entire flank when you attack. We see other wingers. It just doesn't work. Winger is a wing back charge with entire flank when in attack. You can do that, but you have to play as an advanced wing back. That means you have to play him high up the pitch. So what you do is you play this guy here, right? In possession, right? What you do is you play him here. Then what you do is you turn this guy into an inside fullback, and then these three will rotate. So this guy now is now an AVB. And this guy can become inside forward. Okay, so that's what you can do. Then in order for you to defend this area effectively, this guy becomes a DM. Then you get a 3-man back line and a wing advanced. You get a winger on that side of the pitch. Yeah. So this guy becomes a winger. This guy will attack. He'll become a higher place form. It's a bit more lopsided, but it's the only way to do it. See what happens? You see this guy now? He becomes a winger. So Cancelo moves up. He's now becoming a winger. So he's now tasked of, there we go. He's a winger. This is very similar to FM Marina top tester tactics. I don't know. I have no idea. So then what you do is, you just do this. Bang. Yeah, box to box, AVB. This guy comes in. This will be very, very powerful. Because what will happen now is this guy is going to come up here. A big no to counter. What counter? Counter press. Yeah. Big no to counter press. When you have two different tactics, don't play counter press. Yeah, don't play counter press when you have two different formations. Let the team decide in the situation. They play on standard. Don't play regroup, but don't play counter press. What you can do is you can use the roles to help you counter press. Like what I've done is I've done this, right? So they're in their natural positions and they come back. So you got a DM here because this guy is attacking. So these three will shift and form a tree. But because I'm uncertain about how this is going to react, so I play this guy as a DM. If you can even make this more funky, you can go DLF on support. So you got to have a step ladder on the right side of the pitch. And even more crazy movement on that side of the pitch. Yeah. So you can get all kinds of variety in your attacking patterns, especially if you find, this opposition is really giving me a miserable time. I'm going to shift this guy up, high up the pitch. No, this guy becomes a winger. I mean, some people might say, why don't I play this guy inside? I don't want to. Inside forward is just fine. He's naturally going to come inside. So we can get a lot of attacking patterns. Yeah. So you can play a 3-man backline. Was this halftime? Okay, second half. So then you see when they defend, it defense is a 4, right? But when we have the ball, we'll be attacking as a winger. But because we are using I forgot. I said winger, right? But he's got in possession. Oh yeah, he doesn't have sit narrower. Yeah, that was what I was worried about. So he's still got he sometimes will go wide. There we go. Now he's playing like a very highly he's playing the final third. There we go. Dangerous, coming in late. So you can do that, yeah. But play him as an AWB, if you want to replicate what you're doing in the under 17 team. I didn't know that you apply real life tactic systems in play. I did that, 3-1. I took my scramjet tactic, right? I made a football manager and I played it in real life. I got my football team to play exactly the same tactic. And we got into the finals. Nobody understood my system, right? One winger out there by himself. They're like, what is this guy doing? I got 2 guys, strikers always coming into the center. One midfielder. Exactly the same way I designed my scramjet tactic for Football Manager. I put it into a real game with nobody wanted my players. I still remember because we had it was a business league thing. So I was in charge of one team. And so the other companies and the other teams. So we're not talking about top players here, right? Okay, but these guys can play football. So everyone was laughing at me because they were looking at me going, "Oh, you got the worst team, man. You got the worst team. You got a whole bunch. You got a player." I had a player, right, who picks fights. I literally had, what's his name? Not Tony Adams, no. Winnie Jones. I actually had a Winnie Jones in my team who would pick fights with people. So what they would do in the game, they would rile him up all the time. They would pick a fight with him, bro. They just make sure that he loses his cool. Yeah. And I played that tactic. I actually played my scramjet tactic. I was so proud of. And I was thinking to myself, this is the perfect venue to put the tactic to see whether something that was theoretical in my head would actually work in real life. And he did. We made it to the final with a bunch of no house walk the dogs. No house walk the dogs. I was laughing and laughing and laughing. I think the guy, the chairman, right, one of the teams belonged to a chairman of a company. He was so mad. No? He actually got onto the pitch to be the goalkeeper. He's quite young. He's about 38 years old, right? So he was so mad because he's a bloody pampered piece of shit. So I was damn happy, right? When my players started putting goals past him, I was like, yeah, baby, that's the one. And then my team talks were, hey, you know the chairman over there, he's a bastard. That's exactly what I told my players. He's a bastard. He doesn't give his players bonuses. Boom! Before they started attacking him. I was loving it, man, every time. He was mad as... I got it working. Yeah. Games always have restrictions. Yeah, when you're doing it with kids, right, it's different, right? Because children, right, they need simplicity. Yeah, you can't... I was dealing with people also. I mean, I had a language issue. Most of them don't speak English. English is not a native language. Yeah. So I had to keep things simple. So I had this board, right? I said, okay, you play here, you play here, you play here. Okay? Simple. You play here, you go up like that. Okay? You're supposed to be here. When they bring the ball, I want you to be here, I want you to be here. Then I told the winger, you go in that corner. The moment he has the ball, you go there. All right? You wait for the pass. So that kind of thing is stupid. I felt them dumb. But they played scramjet all the way to the final. It was the proudest day of my life. Yeah. Proudest day of my life. This is before I even started streaming, seriously. Yeah, I wasn't streaming at that time. That was a year somebody approached me. No, was that the year? No, this is in 2001 or 2002. A long time ago. Yeah. Very long. I was still playing football those days. Yeah. I was still very much a football player. Yeah. Okay, so we got this. So now I'm going to load the air tactics, right? So we look at the air tactics now. Okay, we got Renatos and the like. Not bad. Hey, good lah. Don't have to change this. Like, hey, I'm telling you, if I see a tactic is good, right, I'm not going to say anything. No, you just enjoy yourself, have go, make a small tweak. I don't even have to play. Your tactic is good. Okay, so let's look at your tactic. Your tactic is good. Team instructions. Okay, look, it's good because this is not too bad. High tempo is okay. Counter attack, same formation, right? Boom, counter press you can use. Right? But you chose not to. There's nothing wrong with that. I sometimes think this is not a bad move as well. Okay, balanced defensive line is great. No offside. I mean, doesn't mean that you're not playing the offside trap. Very important. You go high mentality, chances are sometimes you might. So pressing trap balance, good cross engagement. That's cool in possession. Okay, supporting runs balance. Okay, you want your players to underlap, then you use this, right? You want the fullbacks to have their mentality enhanced, use this. Otherwise, leave it alone. Yeah, so that's fine. Your tactic is okay, man. Okay, defending. Okay, when you do tracking, get this guy to be a pressing. That's all you do. This is the only change I would recommend. If you get him to track, right, he's following the target, right? He's following the winger. He's following. This guy is already defending this position, right? So why is this guy not stepping out? You want to create pressure so they force the ball into the middle, where you got two players who can potentially win, or three who can potentially win the ball. So what you can do is convert them to pressing fullbacks. So this is a pressing would be my recommendation to your tactic to make it more to make you win the ball a lot more. This is a box-to-box midfielder is going forward. I would not play him here. I will play this guy as a centre back. I'll explain very soon. You want to put the ball playing centre back behind the box-to-box midfielder, because the box-to-box midfielder is going to go up, right? He's going to take a forward position, because this is a positional play role. So the moment the ball comes to him, he's going to go up. So what you want is this guy to come slightly further up so he can play the pass back to him. Instead of this guy coming closer to him, then he's going, what the hell are you doing coming so close to me for? Like, you bring the ball, this guy's right up here. So you're kind of creating, there's no symmetry in your movement. So you want symmetry, you get this. Since this guy is anchored, you get this guy, he can bring the ball forward, right? So then this guy goes up, and so you get this symmetry in movement, right? So that's all you do. When it comes to tactics of Football Manager, the first thing you're going to do is very simple, right? Where are my players going with these roles? That's all. Winger, inside forward is fine. Wing back, okay. Okay, the only thing I would say is dangerous about this tactic is this. Yes, you've got a three-man back line. You got a DM here. This can work. Just pay a lot of attention to this side of the pitch. So you want to make sure that these two players are good. That's all. Great mentals, defensive mentals. I would not use a channel midfielder here. It's not a bad role. I do think it's a good, decent role, but only if you have roam from position. You want him to channel here and here, not just up and down, right? You want him to move into these areas as well. So I would definitely give him a roam from position, because what's going to happen is this guy's going to come up and he's going to go to the middle. So you want him to sometimes end up in these positions, like, inside forward can cut in. He goes to the flanks to receive the ball from the wing back. This is what I want this guy to do. So I can get it if I get him to be roaming from position. CFD is fine. He's a centre forward. He's staying in the area. But sometimes if you find that you are struggling to create goals, this guy can become a channel forward, this guy can become an APS with the same roam from position. But this is fine. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with this tactic. The problem with this kind of systems is always going to be, why is he tracking? No. Center. This guy track. Now, when you do this, what happens is he drops. This guy's the outlet. Right? That's it. You can also say, okay, fine, maybe I want to be a bit more offensive. This guy's a wing back, right, in defense, right? So he's already going to be high up the pitch, right? So winger, fullback. See, this marries this. Because this guy is going to be high up the pitch. This guy is going to be high up the pitch. Then when you lose the ball, he's naturally already in that position. So he's going to be a 50-50. Right? Sometimes he's going to defend, sometimes he's going to attack. And this guy is he's going to sometimes defend, sometimes attack. But you got the security here, right? So this could be an option. So what you have is a very rock solid right side, which is quite solid defensively. But if you win the ball, and if this guy is creative, he can play the pass out here for the counter attack. And you've got this perfect counter. Winger, OCF, and this guy to play the pass out. So I would play a very creative player here, and this position, I will come in here and say, take more risks. Don't change his role, just play as a DM, take more risks. Because in possession, he's already a box-to-box midfielder. Wait a minute. No, he's already taking more risks. Let's take it off. Okay, sorry. He's already taking more risks. I don't want to add more to the puzzle. Hey man, Tickle, I'm doing okay, man. How are you? Dealing your kid's temper is a precious skill to develop for the future, either as a father or in the coaching. The thing is, right, dealing with children's tempers, it's more like, I always tell my kids, right, you're losing a temper in a sports environment is something that Pablo. Hey, dog. Hey, thanks for your raid, man. How was your stream? Hope your stream went well. Hope you had a fun time. We're doing for the guys who just joined, we're doing a show called Bring Your Tactics, right? So normally we're coming to the tail end of the show already. So we're looking at tactics that are submitted by the community and giving insights. and of course having chats. So this works, right? So I would definitely do this so that I can you get this potential for launching down the right when you use a winger, because this winger and fullback they are seamless. The symmetry the role symmetry in possession out of possession is very, very nice. So you're gonna have a very attacking tactic, and this tactic can be played on all the mentalities except positive. Don't play on positive. Too short your passing pattern. So when you are away from home, you can actually play on cautious, and at home you can play on attacking. You can play on balance, but I definitely won't play on positive. Positive is a more. There's going to be a lot of short passing. So if your team is really good on the ball, then go for positive. But in most cases, attacking is good enough for you at home, and cautious is great against better teams when you're away from home, because your team will be generating a lot of AI-generated counterattacks. It is a thing on Football Manager. AI-generated counterattacks is definitely a thing on Football Manager. Don't be shy. Huh? I always tell you this is a thing in Football Manager. Oh my God, I haven't seen one of these tactics in a long time. The white diamond. Yep, good. I like this. White diamond, you put this is nice. Channel forward. Why channel forward? Channel forward. Oh, you want this guy go here, this guy go here, this guy come here. Who's your goal scorer? What's this? Track. Why you so defensive? My God, this is so defensive. Already is defensive. You are so defensive. Don't be so defensive. My God, this is super defensive, man. Who are you trying to defend? Wait, you're the what? You're the worst team in the world, is it? Don't do this. This is so defensive. Enjoying a journeyman saves are phenomenal. Don't have to play defensive. Go splitting outlet. Central outlet. Okay, this is counter attack. These two guys, right? So you got these guys tracking. If we got these guys tracking, get them to be pressing. So they try and squeeze and win the ball. Screen defensive midfielder, don't need. So many. Please, this guy's pressing. Lay this guy to do his job. These guys are pressing central midfielder. Okay, track, and counter attack. Okay, good. We got counter attacking patterns here. Wow. Playmaking wingback. The most overrated role in the whole of Football Manager. Okay, this is very overrated. You want him to come here and give you goals, is it? You sit down in this pocket of space and, hey, you know what? We're going to play one pass here, we're going to play one pass there. Let's score some beautiful goals. Then you're going to create some symmetry in attack. It doesn't always work that way, you know. This is so player dependent, right? If you do this, what's going to happen? We try with Barcelona and see what happens. Huh? Just Barcelona. I mean, if any team can do that, it's Barcelona, right? It's too many. I don't like playmaking wingbacks are not a bad role, but because they sit in their pocket, right? The issue becomes this. When you lose the ball, they got a heck of a lot of area to defend, which is this entire pocket here. So it becomes very expensive role to use. So my general role that I go for when I want to create the kind of patterns you are after, I play a false fullback with very good passing attributes. Then he can also attack the flanks, come inside, play killer passes from the center of the park, or sometimes go to the flank and play across. Because I play with weaker teams all the time, right? And I don't have a lot of fullbacks who have got passing vision, decisions off the ball, flair. Yeah, very hard to find. Okay, so we are favorites in this game. I'll show you what I mean. So look at that, right? Okay, look at this, how narrow you are now when we don't have the ball. Yeah. We already conceded a goal, positive mentality. Okay. Cautious away from. I mean, we are Barcelona, right? So we just go attacking. Just now we had this crazy setup. Okay, now we go. Look at that. What is he doing here, Kunde? You want him to create goals. What Kunde is going to do? He passes it back to the guy. And it's a lot of long passes in the hope that I score a goal. So this is Barcelona, no? Remember, I'm not interested in the defensive side of the game right now. I'm only interested in the attacking side of the game to prove to you that playmaking wingbacks are the most overrated, one of the more overrated roles in this game. I get more assists from false fullbacks than I get from playmaking wingbacks. I get a lot of assists from false fullbacks. But this is a great goal. If this is the kind of goals you're after with playmaking wingbacks, then leave it, right? Okay, if this is what you want, these are the kind of goals you want, like central passing patterns, right? This kind, leave it. Then go for it. But I will show you another way of doing it. Yeah, fullback. Oh, sheesh. Sit narrower. Oh, damn it. Again. Made a mistake. There used to be a time we could set our own instructions, right? Now we can't. We could copy one set of instructions and give it to another player. And I'm making them very aggressive right now. So they're gonna get up the pitch. I don't want them to roam. I think I saw a roam. No? One of them is roaming. There, this guy is roaming. Why is he roaming? One of them, this guy's I don't want him to roam. Anyway, they don't roam so much. Yeah. The playmaking wing back, right? He comes inside here, he sits in his position. He doesn't really roam. He just sits in that position. So now my fullback, right, he's going to attack the pocket in the center. I still get the center. You still get the center attacking pass. See where the fullbacks ended up? Now the fullbacks are so high up the pitch, they push the entire team up the pitch. This is why I prefer fullbacks. I don't like playmaking. Playmaking wingbacks. What you do is they keep they keep 5 players back, right? So if you want to play a tactic which is you got talented players, right? Then why don't you push them high up the pitch? See where all my players are. My players are all in the third. No, now if I play this and I come back here and I change you back to playmaking wingback, you see the difference it's gonna make, right? Now you look at where they are. Now it's just playmaking wingbacks again, right? So they're gonna come here, they're gonna see this, they're gonna wait for somebody to do all the hard work. Okay, boom. Win the ball. Oh, that was a great pass, man. That was a great pass, no. I still don't like channel forwards. I'm letting you know, right? Not my favorite combination, but it might work because this guy's going here, this guy's going here. I'm hoping that these guys can get up the pitch. If you're playing wide midfielders, then these guys, have they get further forward? No, stay wider, but no forward runs. Okay. Sorry, we gone, looking and still waiting, comprehensive. Not enough highlights. Now we're back to defending again. You know one of the reasons why you're back defending? Because you're not keeping the ball very well. If you go through highlights, right, and you see you're waiting for your highlight to come, it means you were not keeping the ball very well. It means you have to look at your in-possession tactic. That's a simple thing. If you see another team attacking you a lot, it means you were not good at keeping the ball to create attacking patterns. So fix your in-possession tactic. Don't fix your defensive tactic. Always fix your in-possession tactic if you want to see more highlights. Right? So you see, all the highlights now is the AI attacking us. No? Right? So counter-attack, does it work or not? Look, Lami on the ball. Let's see. Okay, wait, look at where he's gone. Okay. He's gone forward. There, highlight ended there. That was a damn short highlight, though. Okay, now we got this attack. We got goes Rafinha, Donny Olmo, Gunde gets into the area. A good move. But notice my fullbacks were doing the same thing just now, right? But they were not so central to my attacking patterns. Here, the two playmaking wingbacks are central to the attacking patterns. They have a bad game. We all have a bad game. So you see what's happened. He's coming here so narrow right now. So he's Lamin Yamal's got no option. This guy is smart. This guy, he has to go cross. Or he plays a shorter pass. Kunde comes in, short pass. This guy goes in, Balde moves in. Nice goal, actually. I mean, I'll leave it up to you, lah. The problem for me was the defensive side. I'll go back to my fullback again. I actually prefer the fullback. But if it works, it works. The biggest issue I had was your defensive setup. So now we've gone into our fullback, right? Okay, now we go key highlights. Araujo, De Jong, Torres. I'm not depending entirely on the two of them because I know that my four fullbacks in most of my tactics generate the most assists. So it's not that they go through the middle and they also score a lot of goals. So yeah, it's up to you. I mean, I would just fix your attacking side if you want to maintain your playmaking wingbacks. Or you can try this as well. But your defensive side, I would change it to tracking, outlet. So you have a counter-attacking option, pressing fullback, and a DM instead of screening. Because this guy is already a pressing centre back, right? So this guy can be a 50-50. He can try and defend. He can support him. If you go to screening, it's not a bad move. I'm not saying screening is a terrible choice. I think it still can work, but the bigger fix was the two pressing fullbacks. Yeah, for me, this is more important because then we try and win the ball back. And then at least these two can help us launch counters after that. Because these two will keep the ball and these two will shift into these positions as you want, right? We're playmaking wingbacks. And this is interesting because we are actually penetrating the middle of a tactic that should be harder to penetrate because they're playing a box midfield. So defensively, okay, he's in the right positions. So they are going to track. Yeah, they're tracking. So the ball goes in, they press. See what I mean? That's why I chose pressing wingback. And a tracking combination. That's one of the better combinations in the game, in my opinion. A tracking wingback with a pressing wingback is a very good combination. I like the combination the most. Especially if you want to protect the flanks. I always find that it works. Okay. And see, this is how much I think team talks affect the game. They don't. All right, so we've had another game and another win. Okay, so next tactic, João Neves. This is the one I just did. No, this is different. Yeah, this is different. Diamond, and the other one was what? White diamond, John, and this one. Okay, so I will just talk about this tactic. Okay, CM. DDM, defense. Why in the world is it drop? No, too defensive. This is what, low block, super low block. No. Don't get him to drop. Oh, sorry, so defensive. You want him to drop deeper. Don't do that. Too defensive. Defensive is fine. Now the thing is, right, looking at your roles, right, your out of possession roles a lot of the time depends on what you're doing in possession, right? So AP is already high up the pitch. He's already creating a lot of chances. But when you lose the ball, you just want him to drop into this position. Why? You want him to run back first. But it's already such an advanced attacking position. And you want him to come back to this position to help you defend. But it's too late. Because this guy is going to be very deep. So what I would normally recommend, right, is to maintain the same. So what you do is you put him back here and tell him to track. What will happen is when he's defending, right, he's just going to come back. He'll follow the team. These three will do a much better job because he will always be in a position to help close out the DM. So then you just have you have a much better out of possession shape. It's much more tighter. This guy will be in a good position. This guy is just going to track. These guys are wide midfielders. Okay, that's fine. And then in possession, maintain the same thing. Winger. Why? Channel forward. Play a center forward, channel forward. This guy, tell him to roam. That's it. Yeah. This is fine. Channel will go this way, winger. So, channel is going this way. This guy, what is he doing? Okay, he's coming narrow sometimes. This guy also coming narrow. So you basically got this guy coming here, this guy coming here, this guy coming ball to balls. Winger is going this way, winger is going this way. They are both giving you width. And this channel forward, now I know why you're doing a channel forward. Okay, good. Leave it channel forward. AP, this final third. This can work like this. Out of possession, it'll be like this. I got a similar 4-4-2 diamond. Yeah, on my channel. On one of the hundreds of tactics I created. We have got a lot of those tactics. So you want to create, right? Underlaps. Yeah, you got underlaps. So using underlaps with overlaps. Focus play left and right. That's fine. And then out of possession, it's fine. Yeah, this tactic was fine, man. The thing is, the defensive side, right? What you can do here is when you're playing the game, right? This guy can be okay. I'm gonna give you lock. You want to lock down the middle. If you want to lock down the middle, what you do is this. Why don't you do this instead? You get him to drop all the way. Don't drop halfway. Drop all the way. Don't drop halfway. Yeah, just come back all the way. So when you lose the ball, he just comes back here. And then you want to be more defensive, you can do this one. If you want to be more defensive, right? So you just go, this guy drops here, and this guy drops here. Boom. Then you can have this guy as an central outlet, central midfielder. This guy tracking, this guy coming back. So he can also be a tracking, attacking midfielder. He tracks the defensive midfielder. So when they lose the ball, he just comes back. When they win the ball back in possession, they go into this setup. So he moves all the way up. From this position, he goes bombs all the way up. But the problem with that setup is that you need this fullback and this fullback to carry the ball out. That's all. Defensively, right? The other option you can do is just keep it simple. Just play like this, 4-4-2. But I would say that the only reason why this would not work is because your DMs is not good. Yeah, your DM is not good. Your DM must be world class. If it's going to be one-man defense will require him to be very, very good. Because out of possession, right? If you're playing this and this, right? If he drops into this position, it takes too long to drop. So he is always playing catch up, which is why I go here. This was my first choice. My first choice was to play like this. Then your defensive line shouldn't be too high. Standard, high press, this is fine. In possession, counter attack, yeah, it's fine. A lot of the time, right, this will be just nice because you need a really good DM for 4-4-2 diamonds. Yeah, you have to have a very good DM. This needs a good DM. Yeah, you can't have a player here with no jumping reach. If like you're struggling and if you are struggling, right, then what you can do is, man, I would just, this tactic might struggle a lot. No, keeping the ball and moving up, it shouldn't be a problem for you. Then white midfielder is a 50-50. This is fine. You'll try and win the ball back. Yeah. You have changed my blitz tactics slightly to improve progression. Yeah, then good for you, man. It should work. Why don't you try this first? We're still doing bring your tactics tomorrow. Bring your tactics tomorrow. Yeah, we'll have a look. Yeah, then let me know how it went. Just try this out first. Try this out first. All right, guys. That's it for today, man. I've got to, I will have to get up very early tomorrow morning, send the kids to school. Yeah. This is a long one. But, I would try that. Let me know tomorrow. Tomorrow I will be doing a shorter bring your tactics tomorrow. Today is a bit longer. Yeah. But I think I became a bit ambitious. I got to wake up in exactly 4 hours time. 5 hours time, rather. Yeah. Today, right, I almost ended up missing, I got up so late, right? I got up so late to send the kids to school. A rush. I was having fun. I was having fun. I enjoyed it. This is my favorite show of all. Of all the shows, right? This is my favorite show. Because I get to play with your tactics. Yeah. It's the only reason why I stream. Yeah, it's the only reason why I stream. Yeah. If there were no tactics coming from you guys, I probably would start streaming a long time ago. Yeah. Yeah, who wants to watch me play, right? Nobody wants to watch me play, right? Enough is enough. I want to thank everybody coming for today's show. I want to thank those guys who rated. Thank you very much. I'm definitely going to get names wrong because I'm very tired right now. And I need to go and sleep. Yeah, it's late. So thank you very much. I shall hopefully see you guys tomorrow. You stay safe. Take care of yourselves. Good night. Be good. Don't be naughty. I couldn't think of anything else to say.